It's on. Hi, welcome to the jewellery kit video. I just wanted to take you through some of the earrings that I've made before from the jewellery kit. In the jewellery kit you'll get like a range of different woods from the wood workshop, which Gareth's going to go through in a second. So some of the earrings I've made before, I've just sawed up some pieces of wood and kind of stuck them together. So this is like an option that you could do. I don't know if you can see. So it's nice to use, you know, different coloured pieces of wood together. And something to think about is sort of the design of your jewellery, how you'd like it. So this one, I've got like some dangly bits, which is quite nice, bit of movement. So I've drilled some holes, and then I've used some of the jump rings that come in your kit to attach the pieces of wood, and that just gives a nice dangly option. I don't know if you can see. Also, you might want to think about whether you want a stud on the back or whether you want to make your own earring back, which I've done here. So I've drilled a hole in there, and I've put some of these are called hairpins, I think. So I've drilled a hole and put that through so you can just see the top bit, which is quite a nice touch, I think. So I'll put some of those in the kit for you, and I've also put some earring backs in for you, so if you want to do some studs, and also I'll put in some hooks as well, so you can just like attach the hooks with some jump rings. I've also done like some crazy ones just to show you, so I've added like extra things that I've got around the house, and it can get quite fiddly, so I've used like pliers to wrap the metal round each bit there. I hope you can see, and you can bend the back bit for your earrings to make your own hook if you want from these. So you can kind of do any shape that you want. You can make it quite square, or I put it through the hole and kind of like bend it with my finger, so then you can kind of get it into your ear. A few other different ones I've done, pointy. And we also are going to put some circles in for you, which I love, because you can just have them as like super big earrings, or you can like saw them, make them like half moon, you know, use that curve, which is quite nice. A little bit about the sanding. When I sand the edges, if you want a really clean edge, I put the sandpaper on the table and like go along like this, which will give you like a nice straight edge. There's like different sanding that you can do, so you can get your really straight edge, which might take a little while on this one, or you could use your hands, pick it up and like round off those edges, so you can make it like really straight or a little bit curved, and you can angle it a bit more and do kind of like a beveled edge if you'd like, which is quite nice. So this is another option. You can make them super dangly. Obviously getting the curves is going to be quite hard when you saw, so they won't be as neat as that. And also this is metal. But it's just to give you an idea of like all different options of cool earrings that you can make. You can also do some pendants, which you can put a hole through and make a little hoop, which you can then just like put the cord that we put in the kit, or make like use your own cord. So that's kind of this part for now. Then we're gonna Gareth's gonna go through some of the woods that are in the kits for you, and also a little bit about the bench hook, but you can also find out more about that on the toolkit video. Gareth will go through some of the sawing bits for you. One more thing that I just want to mention is if you're going to put the stud on the back of the wood, what I would do is I'd sand the stud a little bit before you use the super glue that's in the kit, because it just gives the glue something to grip onto. The wood's kind of got enough grip, unless you've super sanded it, but then the metal just needs a little bit to grip to, so it doesn't sort of ping off at a later date. I think that's everything for now, and then we'll just go through all the different kinds of woods.
Ta-da! Okay, tech support. I'm going to talk through some of the timbers that you might get in the kit, and how to use the saw a little bit and drill piece to make the holes, etc. So there's a wide variety that we use in the workshop. We've got lots of beautiful timbers. We have some yew, some walnut, sycamore, elm, there's some ash. Might be a little bit of bog oak that we can chuck in, but I'm not too sure. And they've all got their unique individual properties. Like the yew, for instance, has got this beautiful sapwood and heartwood, and then it's split by this ridiculous dark brown line. So try and use the wood as the wood shows itself. And then ash, obviously, not obviously, but you know, it's a very linear grain against something like sycamore, which is very clean and smooth. So there's lots of variations you can piddle around with at your leisure. The saw and hook, a couple of techniques, is the saw is a Japanese saw and cuts on the pull. So put the block's got lots of different places it can move into for various cuts. Try and use them as you're most comfortable, really. Don't always listen to me, I'm an idiot. So, but for the saw to pull, best putting the bit of wood on this side of the block, cutting towards you, and then just start off gently with the saw tight up against the knuckle there, and then just a couple of strokes and you're away. You see how quickly that cuts, and then obviously that's the beginning of a piece of jewellery. Now if you want to do something, say like a curve, it is possible with this saw by draw your curve and then adjust your bench hook so you can get to it, and just nibble away at it in straight lines. Don't try and cut a curve with the saw. As you see, our table is very wobbly, which is pretty handy. Take more time than I'm doing here, but I'm just trying to do it quickly. There you go, you've got the beginnings of the curve, and then from there you can use your sandpaper to round the edges off. So that is something you can have a go at. Included in the jewellery kit is a drill bit for the findings. Now this is a perfectly good drill and will get you a hole, and it's very simple. You put drill bit where you want hole, twist, put it in the palm of your hand and use your fingers to turn it around, and then once you go in, just keep going until you got a hole. And it will, with a bit of, should have used a thinner bit of wood. There you go. See? There's a hole. And that's then you can fasten these brass Medubris in. Put a blob of glue on the back. Happy days. So that's the woods. That's the toolkit. All available on our beautiful website. And there you go. Any questions? No?